Hi guys, welcome to the Astro plane. Okay, I channeled this morning so that I could share this with you today, and I wanted to talk to you about the energy coming in with the planets for this month. Now, I actually started channeling this yesterday. Okay, and so I had to do a little rewriting so it was legible for myself to read. My mother always joked that I should have been a doctor, and what's funny is that really I think I would have made an amazing ND, not an MD, an ND, and I live like minutes from Bastyr University. So there's always this little inkling in the back of my head with my holistic background. Just do it, right? Who knows? Maybe when my daughter graduates and goes into college, maybe I will too, and fulfill that lifelong dream of having a reason for scribbling. All right. So we have the new moon today, right? Yes, we have the new moon, the 9th. Okay. And we have Venus moving into Pluto on the 21st, into Virgo on the 22nd. They're a little right in there, right? Into Leo, the sun moves into Leo on July 22nd. So I find it interesting, okay? Venus can take anywhere from 23 days to up to 2 months to move through its transit, okay? And so the variety of ways that it impacts our emotions in related to love can be super fast, super intense, or super drawn out, okay? Sometimes we want it drawn out, sometimes we don't. And so what I put here was that I love that from the 21st, you will have until August 16th to really hermit, okay, into the illumination of love. And then from August 16th to September 10th, you will be fully active, okay, as Venus is in Libra. Okay, Venus moves into Libra on September 10th, right? Or on August 16th and through September 10th. So during this huge energy of strength, right, from Leo, we are pushing into this very beautiful energy of love. And then we go into Libra season, and we should see some pretty massive love rebirths because Venus is moving into Scorpio September 10th, right? September 10th through October 7th. Okay, so those Librans watching, it's going to have a lot of power, and it depends. Maybe you aren't a Sun Libra, okay, but maybe you have a lot of Libra in your natal chart. And so that's going to impact you a lot. And you may even find yourself during that time period from August 16th to 7th through September 10th, you may find yourself wanting to watch the Libra reading. Okay. And you also might find yourself September 10th through October 7th wanting to watch that Scorpio reading. Okay. Keep that in mind. But we have this very intensity of the sun, of strength, of Leo with Venus and Libra coming in August. Okay, and with Scorpio following it, it's important to remember that Scorpio is the ending of the cycle, okay, for the new beginning. And that's going to have a lot of, especially for the blue rays, a lot of that Ophiuchus energy in there, as well as that fiery rebirth, that passion coming in, okay, on the other side of it. So The sun cycle, I also wanted to share about because it's very aligned to the reproductive cycle, right? Of 28 to 31 days. And yet we only seem to focus on the moon cycle, right? And I feel like that's because the moon is a part of the earth, part of Alpha Mama, okay? But the sun is that masculine, all right? The sun is that father sun, that masculine cosmology energy. And so if you feel heavily in your masculine energy, you may want to really focus on what is going on in the sun as it transits around, okay? How is it impacting my life? The full moon is in Aquarius on July 23rd, 24th, okay? And this is a buck moon, and Spirit said to me, it's the Emperor's moon, okay? So again, we're pulling into this masculine energy. And so a lot of feelings are coming up to the surface, right? The moon pulls up emotions, pulls up the water in our body, pulls up that energy. And it's going to pull up a lot of the masculine energies, wanting to be seen, valued, recognized, all right? We're also in the zigzag here, okay, of this June, July Saturn square Uranus. And I talked about this in the past. So here's why I found out why Spirit, I did not know why Spirit wanted me to do the soul path readings of the 4 doors in July. And now I know, okay, because Venus, Mars, Venus, the Sun, and Mercury will all activate Saturn square Uranus in July. That's why we were given those 4 doors, okay? So if you didn't watch it, or if you watched it and didn't really understand some of it, you might want to go back with this sort of mentality in mind, okay? So these are also called, for some of them, it's called T-squares, right? And it creates some opposition. And so after this reading, look at what the opposition may be for each of those doors. This month is what I was told many months ago, and I'm still getting reiteration of that this is the month of work, okay? Behind the scenes. It's what's required to clear out and plant anew with the moon cycles for that harvest at the end of the year. Everything this brings up will come back fully created in December when we have that final round of Saturn square Uranus, as well as with Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, it's going to be a big flash bang end of the year. So each door, each activation creates tension and motivation, but it requires willpower. Okay, Mars has come in first, all right, and you may have been feeling it already, and Venus comes in back to back, okay? So we are coming through Mars into Venus right now. So because Venus is going to be active all summer, expect some residual energy to keep coming back around if you don't clear it out this month, okay? So we are in the first door of Mars, right, with energy. And during that first door, you may feel undergoing conflict, anger, willpower against willpower, coming to head, okay, with people, cropping up in this energy. You may feel stubborn, or you may be seeing others being very stubborn, okay, here in the beginning of the month. And that's meant to drive what needs to be done, all right? Now, as Venus has come through here in the heart open door, we are now going to feed part of her sadness, right, with Saturn, and stress and friendships may come up, as well as other relationships. And it's maybe forcing later in the month some much needed conversations to happen with Mercury keeping its little head in there, okay? Venus will rely heavily on Uranus, okay? And you could see some major plot twists, all right? They're talking to me, Ross and Friends. Pivot, 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 okay? Now, especially due to the new moon, calling in energy in Cancer's emotional house, a lot of you need to hear this, in opposition to Pluto, either a rekindling or an explosion could be taking place. Be very grounded in the new moon cycle, okay? Be very, very grounded tonight and in the new moon. When Venus hits the moon, divine partners will feel a lot of solar plexus energy, and you are both learning to balance and release control. So that's a huge one for you to be working on. July 13th offers the escape hatch of communicative hope with Jupiter. All right. I'm actually very appeased of that because that is my husband's birthday, and I do not want my Venus, okay, to be overly communicative on his birthday. The sun door then takes center stage. So the sun not only activates the square, but it trines Neptune and it pulls opposition to Pluto. But at the same time, Mercury is in sextile with Uranus, okay? So you really want to look at bigger pictures. You want to let the light from above, the lighter light, not the shadow light, illuminate you. Okay, you want to look at things when they're coming in. Is this a power dynamic? Okay, what am I reacting to? And make sure that you pull back emotionally into more of a broad approach when you're looking at things. Again, Venus moves into Virgo on the 22nd, and the Jupiter retrograde in Pisces really brings in this need for hope, okay? Love has to work for it. Sorry, love has to work for it in this. So channel love and really seek within your heart what you desire. It's important that right now you are getting very succinctly clear, they are saying to me, about what it is that you desire. This full moon to me is like pre-access, is what they told me, to the 8-8 gate. All right. And so use that wisely, okay, so that you are really preparing, that you are accessing that energy and preparing for that leap ahead, all right, in Leo season. And the 23rd, 24th brings back everything that you've worked on back in early February, okay, which may be hard to remember. You may have to stop and really think about, what was I working on back in early February, okay? And so I think that we're going to see a lot of world cards pulling into readings because of this. The beauty of this is that there's actually a built-in redo, which I love, because I see 2021, and I've told you guys this, some of you may not have seen those videos, but I see 2021 as the 2020 redo. Okay, hindsight is 2020. Okay, the person that created that was a time traveler, okay, who had gone through 2020 and knew that 2021 we would have all of the hindsight of 2020 and we would get this energetic redo. So this is your redo, and you're getting another redo here, okay? So if you don't achieve the full potential of what you want out of this full moon, you get the redo of another full moon. This one is in Aquarius, and next month's full moon is in Aquarius. Okay, so this is very, very rare, and take advantage of this gift of the strength of another attempt, another redo. At the end of July, we will leave Jupiter in Pisces as it retrogrades back into Aquarius. Okay, so we will have that retrograde back into Aquarius when we have that next full moon in Aquarius, right? So we will have a lot of hope backing up that redo. And this will happen, this retrograde will go through December, and then Jupiter moves back into Pisces. Okay, so preparation time. It's time to prepare. It's time to prepare and let hope awaken fully within you. And with Mars in opposition, it's time to step up your self-care. All right? So get the veggie crack. If you don't know what veggie crack is, you can contact me, okay? It is what I take every day. It is like a super power boost of non-GMO whole veggies, low temp processed into cold processed capsules, okay? Hydrate your cells. Water, 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 electrolytes, salt. Water, 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 electrolytes, salt. Okay, this is how our cells communicate. This is how our body processes. You need it. It's summer. Make sure you're hydrating. Okay, cleanse out negativity. Salt is also very cleansing. Take those Epsom salt baths, the Epsom salt foot soaks. Okay, I will show you here as a shamanic worker, right? This is my salt jar. Okay. This is where I dump energy. Okay, especially after working with the cards. This is my salt jar, okay, or working with a client in a shamanic session. That is my space, okay? And then relax and recover as needed. Listen to yourself, listen to your body and what it requires. I want you to be very aware of your triggers this month, okay? Don't carry a pencil into someone else's gunfight, all right? What I'm saying is that sometimes it's best not to say anything at all. Other times, right, maybe you need to be that mirror, but keep in mind that you're carrying a pencil into a gunfight, all right? For the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, you are going to feel these changes more than anyone else. So look at the placements in your natal chart. Where do you have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius? Look very deep at what you want. Again, remember, I just need to reiterate this. Really, Spirit wanted me to make sure. Look very deep at what you want to harvest at the end of the year. So this is important. I feel like that I was drawn into all of this room raker talk about the sun, and the sun is strength. The sun is Leo. The sun, I was shown, is ultimate happiness. It's unconditionally what we truly want to make us happy. So pressure test your plans now and realize everything right now is temporary. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a collective reading. Okay, so some of you may have been waiting for this part. Some of you may have just been like, I don't care about the planets, take me to the reading, and jumped ahead. If you did, well, when you come back going, what the hell's happening here? It's because you missed the spirit message. All right, for the collective, what do we have? Void, destiny. Okay. I feel like this is the gentle pause. Okay, there's a gentle pause here. And the void is actually the moment when there is a full darkness. Okay, before the new moon. And it's when we anchor in the sacred geometry of our wish, okay, to carry towards the full moon. And I feel like a lot of this is leading us to our true soul purpose, to our true north node. And so it's really important that you understand and that you take that pause and make sure that you're really putting out there, right? It reminds me of my wish card, like you're wishing for one thing but wanting another. Like really get clear, okay? What makes me unconditionally happy? And Virgo, which plays a huge part in things that are going on right now, right? Don't overanalyze other people especially, okay? And wonder when you start getting judgmental on yourself, ask yourself, why am I being judgmental? Why am I doubting myself? But do it within, okay, hermit analyzation, not attack mode, okay, burn down somebody else's house analyzation, okay? And Spirit's playing with my hair. So if somebody's playing with your hair, this is definitely for you. Or if your hair just got stuck on something as you were moving, yeah, it's for you. Listen closely. Yes, okay, endings and beginnings. There's going to be a lot of that. Like I said, we're going to see a lot of the World card coming in. And be ready to release. Okay, be ready to fully release so that you are creating space for this manifestation. And of course, Mars as well. Okay, the challenge of the beginning of this month really is to not force things. There are doors at play. There is this walking through space, okay, into this energy. Bottom of the deck, a lot of hopes. Okay, Jupiter will return at the end of the year with benefits. Okay, it's important that we keep that in mind. So tell me more about destiny here. Sagittarius, okay, Ace of Pentacles. For a lot of you, it's starting over, but it's also a lot of abundance that's going to be coming in as you follow your true path, as you follow your true destiny. Okay, and try not to get off course, they're showing me, because if you look at this, there is a very defined arrow, and here the arrow's going off a little bit. Make sure that you don't let distractions and disturbances pull you off course. Okay, and we get Saturn, okay, the world in reverse. So know that cycles are ending, but not every door is about a cycle ending, okay? Keep that in mind. Bottom of the deck, we do have Venus, okay, the Empress. So the Empress is playing a huge part in the transformation here. Tell me about Virgo. King of Cups. All right. There may be you wanting to offer somebody who has been closed off love, or all of a sudden somebody's closing themselves off and you're trying to analyze it. Okay, don't pull into, especially with moons, okay, don't pull into the energy and try to analyze what they are thinking, because that's assumptions. Ask out of you and me, right? That's assumptions. You cannot know what the other person is thinking, right? Princess of Cups. Go back to, right? I feel like go back to last autumn and what you thought you were carrying in your cup. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. All right, what did you think you were carrying in your cup? And how did that create this partnership or this separation? And how is that still playing out in the way you're analyzing things that are going on today? So the challenge, we've got 32 and 5, 5 and 5, okay? The challenge here, the endings and the beginnings, and not trying to force either, okay? Then the Devil, Capricorn. Of course, right? Shadow is at play and kind of closing you off for some of you to your Akashic side to force you into taking the 3D actions that need to be done by will, right? This is about willpower. Some of this has to be done by choice, by will. And okay, we do have some of you turning your back, Seven of Pentacles, on the harvest. Feeling like this work, right? After everything you've been through, with on top of the Capricorn energy, is overwhelming. This is meant to force you open. This is meant to break you through, okay? Seven of Swords, it's meant for you to see, especially within the Empress energy, what secrets, mistruths, lies, okay, have I been staking on my path, right? What do I keep using again and again as this sword in my path to not address what needs to change within me or change within my relationships? Because Six of Cups, there are beginnings coming, right? Strength. Hercules here is pushing through. Okay, I just finished the channeled story. They will start coming out next week. Okay, I just finished the channeled story for Virgo, for Dusa Souls. Okay, and mistletoe was very heavy in there, and they're showing me the mistletoe plant, which has seeds of the heart. Okay, so it's important that as you are taking this new beginning, right, energetically rub, okay, the seeds of the heart, that mistletoe energy, into your wounds that you've healed. Okay. Tell me more about why we are trying to force the wall coming down with Saturn before it's time. Again, it comes back to King of Cups. Again, there is this real desire here. They're showing me, okay, they're showing me the cup and they're showing me the fish, okay? This is divine partnership at play. Soul contracts at play that are really wanting to come in, okay? And the fates have been at play with this since the fall, okay? Trying to align everything. And this new moon will be very, very important for this, okay? It's important that you really, really ground on this new moon, right? Because what you're pulling forward to that full moon in Aquarius, that if you don't achieve it, you get the redo the following month, is that unconditionally what makes me happy. 10 of Cups. Okay, lots of blessings available here. And it's funny, I'm getting like baptism here, but it's almost like you've got to baptize yourself, I feel like, to a new way of thinking. Okay? Approach love differently. Knight of Cups and the Fool. Once you pass this new moon, approach love differently. Okay? Look at your shadows differently. Don't look at them in that judgmental, aggressive way. Look at them as hope. Use Jupiter. Because there we have it, the Five of Pentacles, right? It's important to realize what... Don't bark. What is the separation, right? Because this is a desire on both sides of the fence for love, whether this is new love coming in or not, right? And there's the World. The ending will happen when it is meant to happen, and the new beginning will happen when it's meant to happen, because on the other side of that, we have the Queen of Cups, and it's all being orchestrated again by the fates, okay, by the Wheel of Fortune, and this wish energy. So advice in between the new moon and the full moon. Okay, Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, don't impulsively, again, do not impulsively seek clarity out of judgment. All right? Go inward, self-care, self-love, okay? Examine your own ego self and love on it as a very important part of your structure, okay? But also understand what it's processing, right? So why? So I can process it differently, so that I can be in that more abundant, open, okay? The streets are golden sort of mindset as you move forward unconditionally. This is on that 10 of Cups. Unconditionally, what makes me happy? Clarity, truth. Okay, and then approach love in a different way. The Lovers. Okay, approach this connection in a different way. Understand that this is what you both want. Okay, here we have that 6 of Cups coming out of the winter. Okay, out of the separation. There will be that ending and new beginning. Right? 4 of Swords, you have to let go of the past. You have to let go of past judgments, past hurts, right? There is no winner when we hold back or we judge and aggress. Okay? So I'm going to finish up by pulling an oracle. If you've enjoyed this, make sure that you click on that like. That is the only way for the analytics to pick this up and get it out to more people, okay? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It does so much for the channel. Hunger, all right? For those of you calling in your divine partner, all right? They're showing that the work you do through the full moon is what opens up that new beginning. One way or the other, there will be a cycle change. And how that happens really has to do with your mindset and how you are addressing things, right? A lot of people are coming into this energy having been in this very protective Saturn wall up, okay, energy. And Spirit says, no, we're working through this, okay? We're working through this very chaotic mindset as we're moving through the cycle, okay, from the one side to the other side, following our path to a very important new beginning, okay? So, I hope this helps you. I hope you guys have a beautiful month, and I hope to see you next time, all right? Much love. Bye.